Namaste, Jai Bharat. Why do people believe in God? Why do people search for God? Why do people look for God with the help of a religion and, in many cases, through a priest of one or the other religion? Why? Cutting short all the narratives, let straight say people want to believe in God for, other than many helps, for an after death situation. Two things are involved here. First thing, no one really wants to die. And since one has to, under compulsion, accept death as a reality, like death, a necessary end, will come when it will come, like Shakespeare said. So, since it's necessary end, just to make the inevitable little diluted, little soft and smooth on imagination, one tries to envisage a situation of life after death. Now, the question of situation of life after death has got no guarantee whatsoever on a practical level, practical plane, that you don't know, other than just accepting, believing, etc. Now, if you think seriously, that how would you be, or how does one shall exist after death, in what pattern, what method, in what forms, this will puzzle you, no doubt. But if you follow the frames of structured religions, and also in Dharma, you can think about an afterlife life. I mean, after death life, that you will continue to live after death. And if you're really so called good, then you will be going to a place called heaven, which nobody has seen. And if you're not so called good, if you've done so many bad things, then you will go to a so called place as hell. So everyone wants to go to heaven. Everyone is rather sure that they will go to heaven. And I don't think anyone would know that I am going to hell in normal situations. So how will be the situation once you are in heaven, hell, wherever it is? Nobody knows. Now, you are left to speculate of your own, and you may ask people. Then different people will say different things. So this is there. Now we have multiple. I normally make a distinction between religion and dharma, where I club the Semitic religions into one to call them as religion by name, and all the Bharatiya dharmas as one, because they have some fundamental differences, both structurally and functionally. If one can go into the details of it, it takes long time. But in case of the religions, are centering around a god. So one may call the Semitic religions as God-centered religions. And as against a concept of God-centeredness in the Semitic religions, one may say that Bharatiya dharmas are man-centered. You can go into the details, it can be substantiated. Now, where in God-centered religion there is a tremendous dependence from the human level of existence to the transcendental. And that's the God concept. God is not transcendental technically. There's a dependence of all mundane existence on God, because the God is told to be the creator God. It makes a hell of a lot of difference to have a creator God concept. It makes a hell of a lot of difference. The moment you accept God as a creator of everything, which most religious texts do support, in whichever manner, the moment you accept God as a creator, then at once everything else becomes a creation of a creator. Now you just look at the relationship between a creation and creator, then you will at once find that the creation has to continuously and constantly depend on the creation for its continued existence. With all that, there is no continued existence guaranteed. There is only a limited period of existence for everything. Of course, that is nature, but that is justified also in religion in some manner. So, creation is absolutely dependent on a creator. Therefore, creator cannot be questioned at all, because the creation has to be thankful to the creator for each steps he takes and for each breath he inhales. Now, that becomes a relationship between creation and creator. Naturally, to go to heaven, it becomes impossible to go to heaven until and otherwise the creator wants you to go to heaven. Without the mercy, the concept of mercy simply comes in. Without the mercy of a creator, we just can't think of going to heaven. And if you are such a good man who had not done any mistakes at all in life, and if the creator is still not merciful upon to you for whatever unknown reason, what will be your situation cannot be known. Because logically, given our understanding, you cannot be sent to hell. Because hell is a place where you necessarily be tortured. You cannot legitimately be sent to hell. You are not wanted in the heaven. What will be your situation? You think. I don't understand. You speculate. If you come to Hindu mythology, I can simply, Hindu Dharma, I can simply say you may be in Trishanku Swarga. Now that's a different thing. I just mentioned it by way of lighter discussions. Now, without the help of a creator, without the acceptance from a creator, you will not go to your imagined, your promised heaven. So you have to please your creator somehow. That's one reason very many people will try to please, doing whatever they can to please a creator in whichever manner. And you go to details, you have a lot of narratives in front of you. The good sides of it and the evil and bad sides of it, all things are there with you together, multiple. Whereas in Dharma, Bharat do not have a theory of creation at all in any Bharatiya dharmas. In the Hindu Dharma, you have a lot of narratives about Srishtikarta, etc. But they are not the real philosophy of it. See, if you want to speak about Hindu Dharma, there are so many things at different levels with different interpretations. It's not the case that our text cannot be interpreted. There are various versions of things. At one point, there are talks about creation. there is a Brahma, creator, etc., etc. It's told. But this Brahma, don't forget, has to get vanished and reappear at certain point in yugas, in the continuous ocean of yugas. At the end of every Chaturyuga, there is a cessation, a destruction, creation. Oh, this is a different thing. It's there. But there is a story of creation told, probably in all likelihood, to make it smooth on the understanding of people, those who are not very deep educated, for the comfort of the people, those who are commoners. Let me call them as commoners with no malintention. The common understanding. They have other things to do. They're not trying to be intellectuals. It's for them. But in reality, in place of a theory of creation, we have a theory of evolution. Not in the Darwinian pattern, but really indicative in the more than the Darwinian theory of evolution. We have a Kosha theory. Kosha may be called as, I don't know how appropriate the translation shall be into English, cell. And what you mean by cell becomes your business now. There is Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, and Anandamaya Kosha. Annamaya is inanimate. Pranamaya is living, both the flora, fauna. Manomaya is animals, animal world. And Pranamaya is flora, Manomaya is fauna. Then Vijnanamaya, see, the humans with knowledge. But when the human gets transcendence, he gets into Anandamaya Kosha, Satta, Chitta, Ananda, things like that. So we have theory of evolution, where there is no creator concept. There is no creator concept. That is why the Bharatiya Dharma, when they try to attain liberation, moksha is roughly translated as liberation. I mean, moksha, kaivalya, nirvana, they all are translated as liberation, not as salvation, because salvation is given, liberation is earned. You have to earn liberation through your personal struggle, work. There are many methods, techniques of transcendence. You can earn moksha in any means, and you can also create a new method to attain moksha. All those things are there. So, since the God, we really don't have a God concept, we have only multiple deities, and deities are not ultimate realities. That's also there, but functionally, you can treat them as ultimate reality only for functional reasons between you and that reality. It's not a principle per se. So here, God has no role at all. And after liberation, look at the conceptual variations and differences. After liberation, once Atma, that is a spirit, is going to be one with the ultimate real, you are just going to merge with the ultimate real, because you have come out of the ultimately real. This is not possible at all between the creator and creation. Creation can never be a creator. So the becoming one is impossible. Therefore, treating any deity as a friend, trustworthy, gets ruled out. And these are some conceptual difficulties in comparative religion. When you do comparative religion, these are the conceptual difficulties which comes in front of us, and which becomes very difficult for a common student to comprehend. A Hindu wouldn't understand the granting of salvation. Similarly, a non-Hindu, a Semitic religion person, wouldn't understand earning moksha. it will remain like that for some time. I think perhaps for all times. So, this is the fundamental difference in how you depend on the concept of God and how we are liberated from the absolute dependence of a concept of God. And once you are liberated from the absolute dependence of a God concept, then you are rather more free to live a rational existence. Other side, you can be led into battles and all kinds of things by a priest. Now, another thing is the question of priesthood. Bharat do not have that kind of a priest concept. The priest is not representative of the reality. Priest is only a karma gandhi who had studied the methods of doing puja. That's it. Whereas a priest in Semitic religions represent the God, creator. Now that changes his authority tremendously. He is more authoritative. He speaks on behalf of the creator God. That would make his words final. Such things don't exist here. So this becomes an interesting differences between organized religions and dharmas of Bharat. You can go on finding parallels and deviations in both the system, but take it to begin with that these two are two different streams. May appear similar, but not really are similar. They have their inherent different variations. No one would say this is right and that is wrong, but there are variations and differences. That must be right for them, this must be right for these people. That's it. Till we meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat. Jai Shri Ram.